everybody. Welcome to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by Earl Ramey Racing Engines, SRI Performance, Stock Car, Steel and Aluminum, RK Motorsports Consulting, our buddy Randy Keene. What is up? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
another week in the books.
Yes, sir.
And it's coming up, so if y'all listen to this week, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes, sir. Happy Thanksgiving. Turkey Day.
Turkey's Day. You know what I'm happy about Thanksgiving? I mean, I like Thanksgiving. I get to eat, all the good foods and all that good stuff. But what I'm so happy about this year, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is back to normal this year.
Oh, really? It is?
Yeah.
Well, hoping
nobody live parade.
Hoping nobody will drive through it.
Yeah, that was bad. I saw that.
That was terrible.
That was terrible. People were crazy anymore.
Mm-hmm. So, I kind of... I might be wrong, but isn't there like 1 million people show up to that thing?
At Macy's?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the number, but it's typically a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, regardless.
Be safe if you're going
be safe.
to it.
Don't stand at the front of the group, apparently.
Or the back. The one I go in the middle, maybe.
Yeah. Prayers for all those families out there. There's like 40 people in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
five people died, I think, at that Christmas parade, early Christmas parade. So prayers for those families, for sure. Yeah. But I'm happy the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is back on. I don't know. It just always seems like this.
Well, it's really
real
cool.
Start of Christmas season to me.
Yeah, I like that. I like the football games on Thanksgiving Day and all that's pretty good stuff. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Hopefully, get some good food and probably too much food. I'm sure.
As always, this is one day you're side.
That's my excuse.
Side. I don't worry about the other days, but
yeah, exactly, exactly. So, yeah, but I guess we're talking about weather because we always do. So
it's chilly.
Man, we got a cold front coming in today. So
it came in.
It done dropped like 40 degrees today.
I got rained on, and all of a sudden it got cold.
I mean, quick. I had to go up to Chester today, not too far from Rock Hill, and I got up
the big town of Chester.
Yeah, I left Florence and was fine. I got up there, I was like, "Oh Lord, I got a truck." What happened? Where did I go here?
Cross too many lines, apparently.
Obviously, great day, Bo. I didn't see no mountains nowhere, but
crossed the cold front line. What'd you cross?
I definitely did. So, yeah, it was pretty chilly, but so we're gonna have some cold weather coming in the 20s.
Yeah,
man, that's
dipping down below freezing of the season for us.
That's crazy. All the milk and bread be sold out.
And speaking of, Derek McGrew messaged me. He's like, "Man, you need to find me some land down there." He said, "I've been back here for not even a week yet." From Louisiana, he's I'm already over this cold. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I bet so.
And he's in New York, so I can't imagine. I don't know what it is up there yet. I bet it's colder than it is here.
I promise you, it's colder than it is here. So yeah,
and I can't deal with how cold it gets here hardly.
No, I know Watertown. I don't know if they're anywhere near Watertown, but
they're not far.
Jeez, Louise, it's cold up there.
Yeah,
cold.
Yeah.
So So nonetheless, I guess we had our little bit of fall. I don't know. It wasn't much of one.
No, we're going straight to winter. Straight
on to it. So, yeah, but pretty good weekend weather-wise for what we did. I know we went to the Auburn-Carolina game.
I ain't going to lie. I can't believe they won it.
I can't either, but I honestly cannot. Like, we got up in there, and I mean, it was pretty packed. I mean, people still giving some effort.
Well, I mean, I hate to say this, but I mean, it was kind of what we've grown accustomed to for many years.
Pretty much every Gamecock fan's used to it, so didn't really know what to expect. But Auburn jumped off to early 14-0 lead. So I was like, man.
Leaving by halftime.
I was like, in traffic, we could get out of here pretty easy. But we were staying up there, so I was like, well, it don't really matter. It might as well just stay. So luckily, it turned around for the good, man. They don't give up. I give it. That team does not give up this year. They don't. So
they've seemed to be actually a second half team.
Yeah, they have, surprisingly.
Which sometimes is good, sometimes it's it depends how far you let them get.
I like for them to be a whole half team.
Yeah, I like the whole myself.
Whole half, don't half nothing, just hold the whole thing.
Hold the whole thing.
Hold the whole thing, No, but they did good. They fought and come back and won it. So that's pretty cool, man. So we are bowl eligible.
Get in the toilet bowl.
And we doubled our wins from last year.
This is true.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And what's really funny is the teams that we beat this year.
Yeah.
There were teams that we should have beat. Well, we didn't.
Yeah. Well, the teams that we should have beat, right. it was so close. Like, we should have, honestly, we could have easily won 3 more games this year.
Yeah.
And it's been really close.
Carolina should have beat Missouri.
For sure. Kentucky could have beat them.
Yeah.
I don't know about Tennessee. I don't think.
No.
Can't remember that far back. But nonetheless, I think we should have done a little bit better. But, hey, it's good because we got a good coach now. And I think he's motivating us pretty good. And so, hey, we can see what happens. At least went like Florida, and they done
fired their coach.
And they asked him. They said, "You want to coach the Florida State game?" He said, "Nah, I'm gone. I'm out. I'll leave.
I'm leaving.
I'm out.
I'm out now.
Don't worry about me."
Put somebody else in. You done fired the defensive coordinator,
My
too.
name's not going down to lose a rivalry game. I ain't going to do that.
You done fired the defensive coordinator. So I reckon you're going to have to put the offensive coordinator in as the coach.
Good luck.
And he ain't done too good himself. So
Special teams, but all the way.
yeah, that's about the best thing they got going for him.
So, yeah, it's been a crazy college football year, though, really, honestly, for the for SEC, really, in general, but for all of them. I mean, you look at the teams that's in the top 25, there's some crazy teams in there.
There is. I still think Georgia's.
Oh, they're Georgia.
Got this.
Georgia is a NFL team. Yeah. I don't know if you know that
in
or
disguise.
Because I think they're better than the Atlanta Falcons.
Well,
that, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to tell you, though, speaking of NFL, and the only reason I say this is because, you know, we keep our little fantasy deal going, fantasy football stuff, Chicken Bone Alley fantasy football. There's not a team in the NFL right now, I think, that is just head and shoulders above the rest.
No, it's so weird. Like Tampa the other day. Tampa's a good ball team.
Yeah.
And they go to Washington and lose to Washington. And then Washington goes to Carolina and beats. I don't understand it. Like, where did Washington come from? But
I don't know.
But, hey.
No junior's happy.
Oh, yeah. But it's like they're all playing something. I don't know.
I think somebody's got some money tied up in it.
Yeah. I'm going to say yeah.
Because
I can promise
they
you,
should not be going from one extreme to another like they are.
I can promise you those NFL teams has got some money on the Vegas cards.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Got to.
You don't swing that far back and forth each week.
So, you know, I don't know. But man, there's talks about the Florida job, and, you know, they saying maybe Urban Meyer will go back and coach at Florida. I don't know. But I've heard some different things.
I think he's
Bob Stoops, maybe. I even heard Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin jumps around, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could see Lane Kiffin there. He's been with about every other SEC team except for Carolina.
We don't want him. we don't want you, Lane.
No, you stay going, Lane.
But no, nonetheless, it's been a crazy thing. So we'll see what happens. Clemson Carolina game coming up this week. I know everybody that's not around here probably doesn't know, but that's a big old rivalry game for us. We need to win it. We need to win one again, man.
Yeah, we need one against them, but they're I think they're peaking at a bad time for us.
They are. I need to go back to the first year.
Yeah. Now, if it was first 3-4 week Clemson, I think it'd be a real close game.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I mean, hey, Bo,
that's always a game for whatever reason. I don't care how good one team is, how bad the other team is, for whatever reason.
Yep,
it's always
it kind of levels out.
And
they're playing in Columbia this year.
Yeah, that always helps us.
There's a plus. So, hey, we'll see what happens. I'd like to. I mean, this is our chance to. I think our best chance in recent years to beat them. But. You know, they're coming on, like you say, but I think we're kind of coming on, too, a little bit.
We are. Well, I say we are. I mean, we looked pretty good. I'm not going to say we looked great against Florida. A lot of people say, we look great against Florida. Well,
I think Florida just looked
that bad because there were still times we got in the red zone and couldn't score there.
Right.
So I'm not going to say we looked great against Florida. Then we turn around against Missouri and look like for half the game. And then we come back, but we fell so far back the first half.
Right.
They couldn't do nothing.
Right.
So if they can get that first half,
need to score
to connect with that second half.
Yeah, need to score first. I think if they can score first, I think they can kind of a little bit control the game. But you know,
I think our problem is, and it's not necessarily a problem, but it is a problem, is our quarterbacks are young. Our starters, even, I mean, he's young.
Well, the starter now is a senior. He's a fifth-year senior.
Right, but he didn't. He didn't play. That's what I mean. I'm sorry. He's young as in starting quarterback.
He don't have many starts.
Don't have many starts. And I think it takes him a little while to really get into the rhythm of the game.
Yeah, well, it just takes them. It takes them a little while.
And maybe the whole team.
I think it takes them a little while to mesh, but I tell you what, man, I cannot. I don't know his first name, but the running back we got now, White, whatever his first name, I don't know his name. But that dude has got some heart, man. He reminds me of Marcus Lattimore back in the day.
As long as he got some bigger legs than Lattimore had.
Yeah, I think he does, man. He be digging, man. So,
Lattimore was the man, but he had toothpicks he was running on.
He give all he got, and it was a little too much sometimes. He tried to break both his legs off, you know.
Yeah,
but
run around with some bent back paper clips.
He was pretty close to that, I'm pretty sure. So
that's what they looked like one time. They looked like boomerangs one time.
I saw that in that Tennessee game. I was like, ooh, man. I don't think that's supposed to be in that way exactly. But, yeah, nonetheless. So, coming off of a win, going into Clemson, we'll see what happens. I hope they do well, and we'll be rooting them on, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, who knows? But I know you was at the old racetrack this weekend, man.
I was at...
You was in my same, which is pretty cool.
I was in your spot.
You was in my spot last year. Because you were on some... Y'all remember where you were at. I can't remember.
I will tell you this, too. I got better parking.
You definitely did. You definitely had better parking. For sure. I turned that truck
I took a heater with me.
I saw the heater, but I was like, I'd turn that truck around, and I'd have been sitting in the truck watching the race.
It was about to that point, but I done had let me tell you about this real quick. I had a fit with that truck. And it wasn't my fault, necessarily. It was, but it wasn't. I went to come in. There's a little gate over there you can drive through. I had a trailer with me. I could have not taken trailer with me, but I didn't know what all I was exactly going to need, so I just wanted to be sure I had everything.
Everything.
And I wasn't going far, so I was like, eh. And our trailer's what? Is it
8 foot?
8 foot long? Yeah.
Something like that.
It's not a big trailer.
No.
It's a little trailer, and we like it that way because we can get it in and out places easy.
Right.
And it's got all our DJing equipment, more or less, and photo booth and all that stuff, but that's the same equipment I use at track or on a location to do live stuff. Works out great. Well, all right. So I was going to pull in the first gate, and I was going to back in this little gate and back up over to a little area I was going to. Well, dude wasn't having it. He's like, no, just pull in there and you can turn around and in there. Blah, blah, blah.
You can't turn around in there. I don't see how you...
I could have. Might. Well, I get in there, and I am struggling with this thing. I finally get it halfway. I'm running all over the curb. I mean, everywhere. Because I ain't got so much room.
You ain't got no room.
Well, the reason being I was doing this was because when I came through, somebody else decided to come in with a little van right behind me to give me no room.
Wow.
So eventually, one dude's come over there, and I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the trailer. I said, can you help me just push the trailer back, and then I'll pull the truck up beside it. So that's what I eventually did. I just dropped the trailer off. Fortunately, being a small trailer, we could grab it and move it wherever we needed to.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So it ended up working out.
True.
But it was...
It's a perfect spot, though,
It was a great spot.
But, well, there's a couple reasons why that spot's bad, and I'm going to say...
Well, you just need earplugs.
Well, you definitely need earplugs, but everybody likes to hang out in that spot.
Yes.
They did. I don't know if they did this year or not.
No. I mean, there was a handful of people.
Really?
Yeah, Trey Kelly and
okay.
Thomas ended up coming.
They come hanging out with you?
They come hung out.
You didn't see George and them, did you?
No, I did not see George.
I figured
they would be there, but I didn't see him.
Well, hey, nonetheless, that's a cool spot going into one right there where you set up. Like I said, that's where we sat last year. It's really cool. You can move around, especially with kids. You can keep them moving around a little bit. And, it's a cool spot to watch the race, really. I like watching the race right there.
I don't think we actually said where it is. It was going in turn one.
On the outside.
On the outside of the track, right at the end of the bleachers, at the end of the stands.
Right, in the stands, yep.
But I had tents set up out there. I had all the equipment set up, playing music during the day, and had some driver interviews live. I know some of y'all saw them on Facebook Live.
Awesome. He did a jam-up job. I will give him that.
I'm going to tell you, in all honesty, that was that was perfectly what I want to do at a racetrack.
Yeah.
That was
I
perfectly it.
Yeah, and I've been telling him this, and if anybody else wants to give him kudos, y'all do the same thing. But I think he's cut out for it, man. I think he does an awesome job, especially on live stuff and doing it at the racetrack. So give him some praise, man. Help him out. Come see him because I definitely think it's going well. So in saying that, it's pretty cool to have some good drivers over there, man.
It was. Chad McCummey come hung out with us a little bit over there. Zach Miracle sat on the pole. He come hung out with us. My buddy Chad Webster was over there. He helps on that car a little bit. So then I was able to, fortunately, that's the only issue at that particular track and any other track where cars are pitted inside the track.
Right.
And that was the only issue, which wasn't a big issue.
It's just hard to get them over there. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to get them over there. So what I did, since it was hard to get them over there, I was like, all right, well, just take the phone. We'll go live in the infield.
Yep.
So I went and walked around and just kept walking and grabbing and walking.
Yeah, and that's cool too. But like you said, I think having that designated time to have them over there would be really cool. But it's hard to do when you got on-track activity all the time and there's no tunnel or whatever.
It started so early over there.
Right.
There was cars on track at 10 o'clock.
Right.
Saturday morning. So
yeah.
So
yeah, I heard them when you left the house. I got here, whatever time that was. When I got out track, I heard them over there. I said, "Great day."
Yeah.
They was rolling, so yeah, they was getting them done.
But yeah, Landon went with me on chicken tender. He went with me. We was out there doing it all day. He was cameraman for me.
That's awesome. He did a good job.
Yeah. So
he sure did.
Him and Dad ended up coming over there a little bit later.
Yeah.
Hanging out and
it was a good show.
Real good show.
And I think that's gonna grow, continue to grow.
There was 50, what was it, 52,
51,
53?
52. Yeah, it was a pile of them.
Yeah, entries.
I know there was a bunch of them. And there was a bunch of different classes, and the fields looked pretty good in all the classes.
Yeah, it was big class and big fields in every class over there pretty much. I thought for a little while, I was like, man, they might have too many classes over here, but I was still out of there and this was after interviewing the winner and top three and everything. I was still out there just after 11 o'clock, so I can't complain with that.
No, that ain't bad at all. I think that's how it was last year too, and I think it went really well, and it's going to continue to do that. And I think starting early really it helps, especially with being cold and whatever else. But
I will say I will give it to Steve Zacharias and his crew over there. But I'm going to tell you, Steve runs that show over there. If y'all don't know this, I talked with him a little bit. I tried to get him on there, but he was so busy.
Right. He's constantly moving.
This dude, let me tell you, he don't have somebody down in the pits getting people through tech and everything. No. He's standing there with the microphone himself, walking through the pits, going, if there's a car that's in a class that ain't in the tech line, he's going to get them. Hey, you need to be in the tech line.
Right.
He's over there standing at the end of tech. There's a car, a couple people's pushing, and all of a sudden they need help. He's pushing a car. I mean,
yeah,
this dude is everywhere over there.
He is.
I mean, he is hands-on. He knows what's going on at his place. And I'm going to tell you that when we got there, I think we got there about 10:45-ish that morning, started setting up. From that time till about 1 o'clock, there was cars on that track.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't stop. And when they stopped at 1 o'clock, the only reason that was because they were lining them all up for qualifying.
Right.
And at 2 o'clock, when it said cars on track at 2 o'clock qualifying, they was out qualifying.
Right. I love that too. That's really good to have. And the downfall with a lot of short track racing around here and everywhere, I'm sure, is it likes to get pushed back and schedules don't really stay on schedule, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And
I think there's a bunch of little small tracks, and I'm not trying to dog anybody. Don't get me wrong. I'm really not. They don't really go with a schedule. It's like, all right, gates open this time.
Right, right, and
and then it's
up to the drivers and cars when they're ready.
Right.
Well, they don't play like that, and that's really good. I like that a lot, because nobody want to stay out there till 2 o'clock in the morning.
No,
Honestly,
I mean, like
don't.
you go to, honestly, I'm just going to use a dirt track for example, but you go to a World Outlaws race.
Oh yeah, they own the money, son.
You
better hear your horn, buddy.
You don't hear your horn, I hate it for you. You don't make it, you just don't make it. They ain't holding up for waiting on you.
No, sir. I don't care who you are. They don't hold up. So, but yeah, nonetheless, that's really cool the way they run that track. So, definitely be checking out Florence Motor Speedway.
They just put out their schedule for next year, starting with the Icebreaker, 7th annual Icebreaker. See if Chad McCummey can go back and defend his title of that.
Yep.
And got a lot of dates lined up for 2022. But we're going to get into the racing part of it here in just a little while. I want to talk about it. But first, we got a young man going to come on here. And his dad. It's been on here a few times, so let's go to the phone. On the phone now, we have some returning guests. As always, nice to have Cole and Mark Vanderheiden. Cole, how's it going first off, buddy?
Not too bad. Just kind of waiting to the shootout.
You ready for it, eh?
Yeah.
I hear you there, man. Mark, how's it going, buddy? You doing all right?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. It's been a while since we talked to you guys. Yeah, we've been busy. Finally, slowing down a little bit, just a little bit, not very much.
Well, I guess it's that time of year for most race teams. Time to slow down a little bit, but I know y'all got some more racing to do and a lot of work to do. But we're gonna get in that here in a little while. But anyway, Cole, man, your first year driving this micro sprint there, and man, I think looking at it from a outside looking in view, man, it's looked like a pretty good year. You've had some success with it and really caught on.
Yeah, we had a couple wins this season, but got that top 10 in the series we've been running all year. Missed a few races, but still got that top 10. So we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's your first year running the whole schedule with them guys, and it's hard to ask for much more than that. So that's a successful season in my opinion.
Yeah,
and so,
I think because we missed two scheduled races on the schedule for his football, which we knew was going to happen, and so we missed those two. And I think if you look at his average points over the season, you give him those average points for those two nights. I mean, the best we probably could have got was 7th in the points for his first year, but obviously, and then that win that we almost got, but we didn't get. He probably could have got 8th, I think, if we could have kept those points, but you never know, and that's racing. So
yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, I guess. But tell us, Cole, a little bit about your dad just alluding to a race that happened here very recently. You got a win, but you didn't get a win. Tell us about that and what happened.
Well, we rolled in Creek County for the second week in a row for the last race of the Now 600 series, and I think we're sitting 11th in points. And then that night, started front row outside of the feature and led every lap of that race until crossed the checkered, went across the scales, going back to the pits, and Dad noticed that the muffler fell off, so he wanted me to go ask. I was going to go ask for it back, and apparently losing a muffler is an automatic DQ, so didn't quite get the win, but it's a win in everyone's book, I guess.
So what I'm hearing is it's Dad's fault. You should have never said nothing about it. God.
Well, yeah, that's how it kind of went. We were rookies enough that I didn't know, and number two, I figured it was late enough already. When we made it all the way through the race, didn't get caught. I didn't think it'd be a big deal actually, but yeah, you learn. That's something you learn, and it actually, I mean, everything happens for a reason. So it definitely opened my eyes that we got to check every single thing on that car, every single race, if you want to get your wins. So. That's just the one bolt. That just happens to be the one bolt that I didn't check because I admittedly I never checked it all season. It made it 60 races without falling off, and all of a sudden the last night it decides to fall off. So,
well, that's the way it happens sometimes. But anyway, I personally don't think that made that big a difference. I know it's a tech item, but I think that car was just that hooked up that night. So congratulations on it, regardless. And so
yeah, it was a fun night. It like he said, everybody set it to win, and all the families and friends and his friends that we made friends with over the year with that series, they were everybody's pretty heartbroken over it. Even the officials, they didn't want to do it. Everybody wanted Cole to win, but they said, rules are rules, and you just gotta kind of do it again, try it again the next night. So overall, I mean, the last 2 weekends when we were at Creek County, if you count that win, he averaged 5th place the last 4 nights there, and so did the 1st and 2nd place in series points. So he went out with a bang and showed him that he's got what it takes, but just didn't have it on the record book. So.
Oh well, as they say, it bees that way sometimes, I guess. Well, Cole,
Yep.
Cole, how do you, looking back over the whole season, man? How do you assess your season? How do you feel that you've grown in it? What do you feel you need to still learn?
Well, throughout the season, I learned how to roll the bottom. I'm pretty good at that now at the small tracks like Port City. But gotta if you stay on the gas at big tracks, go faster. Learned that last weekend, and so
that's a good learning right there.
That's great learning there. So,
but yeah,
what do you feel like you got to still progress on? What is your goal in your progression in racing?
Well, I could be a little bit more aggressive, I could say, with the cars. Pretty careful when I'm racing. So I really don't want to wreck my car. So I could change that a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. I mean, there's always been a saying in racing: in order to finish first you must finish. And man, you did a pretty good job at that all year. You've kept that piece shiny side up, we'll say, and it's been, and you got to do that to be up front in these races.
Mm-hmm.
So
and I would say, yeah, we only really didn't finish one race all out of the 60 some. I mean, he's only didn't finish one race because of a wreck, and that was 2 cars got together in front of him. I think we talked about it with you guys last time, where he started second row of the feature, and they were taking a green flag, and those 2 hit each other, and he had nowhere to go. So
that's right.
I mean, I'm pretty proud of him for that, making it that long and saved me money. But like he said also, is we gotta learn how to push that envelope a little more, and not worry about the car so much as he gets older, and he's gonna have to get up, as they would say, get up on the wheel to win some races. So
there you go. All right, Cole. I know we talked about it towards first of the year and stuff, man. Have you finally figured out how to shift this thing? You told us on the show you still hadn't figured out how to shift it. So have you figured out how to shift this thing yet?
Yeah, I'm actually really good at it. I haven't killed it in a while. So yeah, got to learn the sprint car by next year.
There you go. Well, before we get to that, y'all talked about going. You going to do the Tulsa Shootout again?
Yeah, that'll be my last race in the micro as of now. So hopefully you can get a good run there and keep the car not broken, because it's already sold. So
yeah, that's important there. Well, you went there last year, and that was kind of your first big outing with it, and so now it's going to be your last outings with it. Being where you went there last year and got to drive the track, and then you've progressed through this whole year on a bunch of different tracks. How do you feel going into the Tulsa Shootout?
Well, last year I didn't really know how to drive the car. This year I'm pretty sure. Got high hopes for this year, and I feel like I can make the A at least this year, because progressed quite a bit.
For sure, man. For sure. Well, good deal. All right. Well, you just talked about it. You just mentioned it. Big news. Moving to a sprint car next year. Oh, big car. What? Tell us all about that.
Well, yeah, we just got the frame and most of the body for the sprint car, and still got a lot of parts to buy, and just got the wings in. Or just started putting them together yesterday. Got them a couple of weeks ago, but Yeah, pretty excited to go back to Eagle and not travel to Oklahoma almost every weekend and Texas. And yeah, pretty excited for it.
And that's going to be a 305 sprint, correct?
Yep.
Well, tell us over here, because in all honesty, over here in South Carolina, we don't see a lot of sprint cars. Every once in a while, we get a few around here. Tell the audience out here the difference in a like a 305 sprint car and what they see on like the World Outlaws Tour. Those are big 410 sprint cars. So tell us the difference in that.
Well, 305 is pretty much just the smallest sprint car engine you can buy. 360 is the middle, and then 410s obviously what the World of Outlaws run is the fastest sprint car that you can buy. So Eagle Raceway hasn't ran 410s in quite a while, I don't think. They ran the World of Outlaws there sometime, but yeah, 305s are the slowest and 410s are the fastest pretty much.
Cool.
I think it's basically we'll have lighter weight components that you probably wouldn't want to run in a 410, like the rear ends and some of the driveline stuff. It doesn't need to handle as much of the horsepower as the 410s. So this 305's probably got around 500 horsepower. The 360s, they're 700-800, and then the World of Outlaws, they're 900 to 1,000 horsepower. So it's essentially the same exact car, just a smaller motor, about half the power. So
Gotcha. And that is the that's what they call out there the Race Saver sprints. Is that correct?
Yep. Here at our local track, so he'll race on Friday nights in Iowa, about an hour and a half away. They'll get anywhere from 12 to 20 cars a night, and then we'll go to our home track on Saturday nights at Eagle Raceway, and they get 30 to 40 cars a night. And then if as many times as Gina, the wife, will let us, we're going to try to go up to Sioux into South Dakota on Sundays. That's about 3 hours away, but that's Huset's, and that's a pretty well-known good track, and they race there on Sundays. So 3 different tracks, 3 different sizes, and just give as many laps as he can his first year, get the growing pains out of the way, and see what he can do.
All right, Mark, seeing that thing sitting in the shop there, is it giving you the fever ever want to get back in one?
Oh, you guys know I never had a new one. Cole got a brand new go-kart, and then now he's in a brand new micro sprint, and he's getting a brand new sprint car. It's like, well, I said I think I can maybe still fit in there. Probably not. I still got my seat, but I don't know if we need to do that. I still have way more fun watching him and being the owner this year than I ever did racing. So I don't want to take any time away from him getting seat and lap times in this thing. So I'm just gonna keep the focus on him and see how fast he can progress up through. I mean, we've had quite a few people saying that he's actually going to feel like he's maybe even going a little slower in the sprint cars versus the micros, so it's not going to be a big of a learning curve as maybe I feel. So he might get in there right away and go fast. We don't know.
I believe it. I mean, he got in the micro pretty quick and started going fast
Yep.
in it. So I mean, I could definitely see it. Man, on that micro, there's been a lot of people. A lot of names was on that car this year. Give us a little rundown of them.
Okay, Cole, who's your sponsors?
To start, we got Mom, Gina V, Physical Therapy, and her other part, or I don't know how to say it, but she works for Savvy, and her company's like Savvy with Gina and Brent or something. And then we got Barrett Clinic, Tapio Pit Barbecue, which has best barbecue in town. B. Douglas No. Emmett Mobile and
right now he's running around trying to find a picture of his car.
Yeah.
You got Papio Pit, Cole, or you got Full Tilt Fabrication, 4Byte, Precision Collision, 5 Star Graphics did the graphics on the car. Oh, so you got Randy Vanderheiden Trucking.
316 Strategy Group.
There you go. That's a big one. Yep.
Chicken Bone Alley.
Yeah, those.
Oh,
guys.
yeah, Chicken Bone Alley.
Chariots for Hope.
Yep.
And Ford Bite.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of Ford Bite, Mark, how's things looking for the Christmas season?
Well, like I don't know if you saw my post. I've been so busy. I didn't really think that the racing was going to take over my whole time. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But so the forward bike kind of got pushed aside a little bit, so it's hard for me to keep up. And we haven't had. I was hoping to have another design out by now, and pushing stuff still. We're not giving up. I did a new fresh look yesterday, or not a fresh look, but a fresh start, and did a post yesterday. Did a post today. I'm gonna try to keep my post back up so you get some more interaction again with all the fans and all the followers, and then hopefully I'd like to get another design this winter time, but when we have a new sprint car we're building, it's just a matter of it's not getting all that attention it needs, but it still has attention and it's not going anywhere. Just it's on pause, I guess you almost could say, but we're still trying. But
there you go. Hey, that's the name of the game. Just keeping it rolling there, keeping it rolling. And
yep.
So well, cool deal, guys. Well, that's awesome. So that's all the racing left for this year. Is it Tulsa? Well, that's actually what is that? Is that this year or next year? What is Tulsa shooting?
Yeah, it's last week in December.
So
we go down there. Right. Go down there Monday all the way till Sunday. So he'll be. Actually, he didn't say he's going to be in 3 classes this year, so be a restricted class, and then we're going to take the restricted plate off. He's going to do A class, and he's going to do non-wings. So up your chances to making the show. And people are like, what if you make all 3 shows? Like, we'll cross that bridge, but I'm sure if we do, we got enough people that'll help us make it happen. So a lot of luck and a lot of skill. And as he said, he's learned how to pass cars and learned how to get it done. So got a lot better chance of making the show this year. So
there you go. That's what it's all about, man. Well, good deal, Cole. Well, man, want to congratulate you first of all on a good. I guess we'll call it the rookie season there in the micros. But after this rookie season, moving on to the sprint. So congratulations, and also best of luck. And we'll definitely be talking with y'all soon. And man, we appreciate y'all a ton.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good one, and we'll be talking with y'all soon.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Want to thank Cole and Mark Vanderheiden there. Appreciate them a whole lot. Appreciate them. Would help us out.
Yes, sir.
On the show here in the Ford Bike crew.
They definitely on the grind, man. They be traveling and trying. They doing their best to try to make things work. I hope the best for them. So
for sure,
y'all definitely go give them some help. Go buy you some Ford Bike merchandise and apparel.
FordBikeCO.com.
Yeah, not only does that help them, but it helps keep you warm in these cool days. I sure need me a hoodie. I need to get me a Ford Bike hoodie.
I got my koozie on my drink.
Yeah, I got my koozie
It's
too.
keeping my drink empty now.
It's empty.
It's empty.
Yeah, no, nonetheless. But speaking of people to help us out, man, how about that old SRI over there, man?
How about them? Well, they are on top of things. I just got a package in the mail from them that we're going to have a big announcement coming up about here. Oh, we'll give it a few weeks, and then we'll talk about it big time on here. There's going to be some cool stuff coming from them, but want to thank all of them, Sasha, and everybody. We talk about, I say Sasha. I'm going to talk about Sasha for a minute. She is over there marketing there, and she does a great job. She really does. She really does. She helps us out a lot. Helps us, anything I need from them, I get in touch with her, and she's on top of it. So,
no doubt.
So we appreciate them. But SRI as a whole, that's what I liked about being at the racetrack the other day. I look on cars, there's SRI stickers everywhere.
Oh yeah,
because they all got parts from SRI.
Yeah, I mean, it's where else can you go to get everything?
Everything.
Exactly. So yeah, top notch place, top notch service.
Yep.
From top to bottom. I don't care where you're looking to get parts for your race car. They got it, so they can take care of you, and they got good people there that will assist you and whatever help you need. So definitely go check them out, man.
Go check them out this time of the year to rebuild them race cars or build you a new one and everything else, all in between. So head over to SRI, get all the parts you will need from it. Like we've talked about on here many times, I'm gonna tell you, especially let's say like you street stock or modified guys or something like that. Let's say that because they're pretty open on some rules and stuff like that. Guys, head over to SRI. Go look through their used parts.
Everything
they got,
imagine.
Dude, it's insane. And you can go in there. I know we talked about it on here before. There's these cup teams that have daggone. I'm just going to use, for example, all the carbon fiber that we saw up there. I mean, like you can find some. You want to build a dash out of carbon fiber? There's carbon fiber already laid.
Yeah, there's dashes already ready.
There's already dashes ready to go that you can make work in your car. I promise you.
Yep, sure can.
Brake calipers that come off cup cars they used one weekend.
Yep. Yeah, so definitely go check them out. And sheet metal, man.
Well, you always get that sheet metal from stock car steel and aluminum.
Anywhere you want it. Just anything you want.
Speaking of, it's their 25th anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary, stock car steel. They posted it, and I shared it on our Facebook page. Posted a picture of the first stock car steel building getting built. So
that's awesome.
25 years ago. So
there's plenty they got there now. It's grown a lot in 25 years. They got everything you need. So just like SRI is, they one-stop shop for all things steel.
That's right. And aluminum.
And whatever else.
So yeah,
go check them out, man. Definitely go give them some love. Getting them cars looking good for the new season coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't find anything better. You're not gonna find anything better. So go give them some love.
Go give them some love for sure. When you at SRI, if you going online and ordering while you at it, and get that whole cart built up. I'm gonna tell y'all this one more time, just to save y'all some money. Who like to save money? I like to save money.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
Does anybody ever say I don't want to save money?
I don't have. I never heard that before.
I never heard that phrase. So if you want to save money, go SRI.com, and when you get that cart filled up, go to promo code and put in CBONE 10. That is C as in
chicken.
BONE 10. Get you 10% off at time of checkout. You will greatly appreciate it, and we will greatly appreciate it if you put that in.
Absolutely. Definitely for sure. So, yeah, go check them out. But I don't know about a promo code, but we might can get you a steak dinner or something if you want to go see Mr. Earl Ramey. I don't know.
We might, but I'm going to tell you what. I'm on. We're going to have to bleed into this. We might have to buy them a steak dinner or something because they had a tough day over at Cherokee yesterday.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that up in a second here,
but they got to put a car back together.
Yeah, that's all.
They're going to have to go to SRI and get some parts.
Hey, they know where to go. It's right around the corner.
It is right around the corner.
So when you leave us, say SRI, go to Earl Ramey and EMF part. You got everything right there in one spot.
It's all
man.
there.
It's all right there in one spot. I'll tell you what.
Cross the bridge.
It's right there. I don't know how that all worked out for us, but it sure did. So, yeah, man, if you need some horsepower, go check them out, man. Earl Ramey has got the... Dude, they ran... We're going to get into it, I know, but they ran over at Cherokee with, all up in there, all the top dogs.
Jeremy Steele finished 4th in the limited late model race with a 604 Earl Ramey crate motor.
That's awesome, dude. See, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't beat it, bro. I mean, just, I don't know. It's hard to keep saying it every
And
week.
also, Willie Milligan finished 2nd with a Earl Ramey racing engine. So
of course he did. It's every week, man. It's every week. Top notch equipment, top notch motors he's got, top notch service. Awesome group of people. Glad we can be partnered with them, and y'all certainly need to be as well.
Yeah, and if anybody's got any spare Longhorn suspension parts laying around,
yeah, pass them on.
Pass them on that way.
You might need
to tore up a few things on the right side of the car.
On the right side, yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, go see Earl and the gang over there. Earl Ramey Racing Engines, and always get that horsepower in there. Go put it on the chassis dyno after that. Schedule some time. Make even more out of your other components around it.
That is correct.
So,
faux show. So
go check him out. Tell him we sent you. He'll give you a thumbs up or something.
He'll give you something. A high five.
Yeah.
Something.
You might have an extra sticker laying around there.
Yeah, hook you up. Yeah. So going to the Blue Gray 100, man.
Well, let's go back just a little bit. I want to go to Lancaster really fast. Unfortunately, I was at Florence, so I didn't see the Lancaster race.
Yeah.
But I do know Ross Bales won it
They
and
did.
was fast in that Billy Hicks car.
Yeah, that car's fast, man.
That car is
Especially around here. This neck of the woods is fast.
I'm telling you, he's fast. And then going on to the Blue Gray, put it up front to begin with.
Yep. Led
the majority of that race.
Yeah.
And I think he was probably on his way to maybe winning it. Chris Madden and Brandon Overton were coming back on there at the end. But he was still fast, man. But had tire issue, had to go in, change tire. And so Ross wasn't able to get it done. Chris Madden got it done. But man, oh man, they tore up some cars this race.
Yeah, I saw that, man. They sure did. They
Had a big flip down the back stretch, had a long red flag. I saw Rambo was in the middle of it. There was quite a few other ones I saw all tangled up in the middle of it. So I hate it when that happens. Then what I was alluding to with Earl Ramey Racing Engine stuff, our buddy Derek Ramey, Earl's son, driving the number 91 Earl Ramey Racing Engines EMFR Performance number 91 Longhorn, was running good. Running really good. Qualified 7th quick, I think it was.
Yep.
Put him third in his heat, finished third in his heat.
Yep.
Which was right where he needed to be. I mean,
that's right.
And then started 7th. That put him starting 7th in the main.
Yep.
Was riding around. I think he fell back once. At one time, fell back all the way to 10th, but was coming back.
Right.
And made his way up to, I think, 8th at that point.
Yeah.
And then him and Brandon Overton, they're actually buddies. And I think he kind of saw Brandon falling back, so he's like, well, me and Brandon have been running together all day. I'm going to just fall back with him. Well, he come out of a corner. I guess Brandon got a little bit of a run on the outside, and I guess Derek didn't realize it, and it was very, very little.
It was a racing thing.
It was a racing thing, but it stunk because, I mean, man, it's just one of them things that, especially somebody's your buddy, you think they give you a little more. It's one thing if you up to the door. It's one thing if you up to the door. But he was barely on his quarter.
Right.
And Derek come up track, he just had no clue he was there. Derek come up track, well, it clipped him and just turned him straight into the outside wall and just tore up a lot on the right side of the car. A lot of suspension parts tore up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I texted Earl. He said he thinks frame's good. He said it didn't hit nothing that hard. He said, but suspension parts tore up. They're going to have to piece it back together. Which, I mean, is what it is. That's racing. It's part of it, unfortunately. But
it is.
But to see, I know we talk about Earl on here every week, how great his motors are, and they are. I mean, that proved it right there. He was running with Brandon Overton just as we saw in July at the Sizzler, and multiple times. But they're still a small team. They are. They're a small team. They're one car.
They've proven twice now for sure that they can run with the best of them. So,
and that car is about 5 years old. I think it's 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. So they got a lot to look forward to next year, and hopefully they can figure out a schedule where they can run with these guys more and get some more races under the belt and get ready for compete with them guys. So
yeah. So congratulations to Chris Madden winning. I think there's a couple of Blue Grays he's won.
Yeah.
And he's pretty good there at
Cherokee.
Cherokee.
Tough there at Cherokee, yeah.
He knows his way around that track.
For sure.
But one other thing that was really impressive to me this weekend, this was another thing I want to talk about from the whole weekend. Carson Ferguson, first time in a super late model this weekend, driving for Donald Bradshaw, which, you know, if y'all don't know, that's the same car owner as T-Mac, Tim McCready.
Mm.
He's got him a ride for the 2022 season with Donald Bradshaw there.
True.
And so he gets out the first weekend, goes to Lancaster, runs fourth in the Dryden Extreme Series with them guys. First race in a Super. Goes to the Blue Gray. Guess what? He was running third till like 2 to go and got passed for third just because he said, I talked to our buddy Andrew Garris with Profab Headers, and he said right rear was shot.
Wow.
And so he lost third. He still finished fourth in the Blue
good.
Gray.
That's pretty jump-run good.
Outrun his cousin Chris in both races.
Yeah.
Our buddy, old Fergie time.
Well, he's going to look for him to be pretty strong next year for sure.
Oh, yes. That boy, he can drive. I'm telling you, and I think he's got a jam-up opportunity right now.
Yeah.
And he's a really good guy, really nice guy. I've talked to him a couple times, and I think that's a person that I'm glad he got opportunity off of his driving ability.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that's hard to see. You don't see that much anymore.
Right.
More in dirt than you do asphalt, but I mean you don't see it much anymore. It's more about money, and he didn't have a whole lot of money to bring to the game.
Right.
You know, just funding this whole ride, but he got it off talent. So glad to see that for Carson Ferguson.
Yep.
And I hope he has a awesome time with them guys.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so that's about all the dirt racing talk, I reckon.
We gotta talk some late model stocks, man.
Late model stocks
Back
at
to the asphalt.
Florence Motor Speedway. I know we touched on a little bit earlier.
Well, everybody knows who won.
Everybody knows
We already talked about that, but
because he's, you know, batting 1,000 at the Charlie Powell Memorial South Carolina 400.
yes,
That's Mr. Ty Majeski.
yes, probably one of the best late model stock drivers.
Well, he's one of the best late model drivers, in my opinion.
Yeah, period.
Bar
Yeah.
none.
Yeah, for
You
a
put him
while
in a
now.
Super, you put him in a late model stock.
He's up there with Josh Berry for sure in late model stocks, and he's definitely a good talent there.
But I'm gonna tell you something. What was impressive? One is he was able to come from the back to the lead. He did not have a good qualifying effort whatsoever, and it was just and from the looks of it, looks like he was like, all right, well, we're going to start at the back. So he started at the back, and it just looked like, all right, we're going to keep it steady here first part of this race. They knew there was a break at lap 100, if there wasn't breaks otherwise, but there was a break for everybody to come in at lap 100. So it would be 50 to go. And it's like, all right, at that time, let's go. Well, after lap 100, big old wreck, right on the green flag. Somebody got into Cody Kelly, it looked like, and spun him around in front of the field and just tore up a pile of cars. I don't know, there was probably 15 cars in that wreck. I mean, there was a lot of them in that wreck. It was wild. And you look back there at the back, and Ty's just chilling back there. He just stopped.
He knew. He knew what was going on there.
And then after that, there he come marching his way through the field.
Yeah.
So that was cool to see there. Sammy Smith got out to an early lead in the race, and it was kind of comical actually, because you remember how we were down at Myrtle Beach a few years back and watching, what was that, Cars Tour?
Yeah,
it was Cars Tour. And how everybody the first half of the race was just coasting
killing it
around there.
Ty Gibbs was
not
killing, or was killing it.
Was killing it, and everybody else was just coasting. Well, that's how it was Saturday night Sammy Smith got out there. He wasn't killing it necessarily. He just got out there, got gone from him. He was backing off for the flag stand,
right,
coasting around the corners. Everybody else was in a pack back there. No lie, they were 3 and 4 wide.
Wow,
around the whole track for, I'm gonna say, probably 20 to 30 laps. It looked like, from, I guess, someone who doesn't know any better, it looked like really hard, really awesome racing. I'm like, nah, they just cruising,
saving tires,
just saving tires. They said there ain't no use in going nowhere to this. So, but it was still, I mean, there was a lot of awareness out there because there was, man, it was just looked like a huge pack of cars. Jamie Weatherford somehow got spun. He had a bad weekend. He ain't qualified good. He did make it in the race, which was impressive itself. Because I'm gonna tell you what, it took 24 from Steve talked about this qualifying format last week on the show, and I was like, we'll see how that works, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you, I actually really liked it.
Yeah,
I really did. It was the way it basically was everybody got 2 time laps qualifying, like normal, and they locked in the top 24, and they put them all on pit road. They couldn't touch the cars, so they parked them right there. All right. Well, if you weren't in the top 24, they split it up into 2 groups. I don't remember how they split up. I mean, it was just 2 groups, whatever. You had 10 minutes in each group to go out and put down a lap that would get you inside the next, what was it, 8 car? There was 24, 32, I think is what it was in some provisionals. So you had 10 minutes to go down there and get them last 8 spots, pretty much. And there were some games played, and I really liked it. There were some people jumped right out there, went out there, put down laps. There were some people waited till there wasn't but a couple minutes to go and jumped out there. There were some people, I don't know they necessarily do it on purpose, but being that top 24 were kind of up against pit roll wall, they some of them drove down there to the end, just stopped in front of a line behind them. I don't know if that was on purpose or then people was out there, get out of the way.
Right.
So, I don't know. It was,
wow.
It was interesting. It was one of the things that it kind of reminded me of old school qualifying.
Right.
Like knockout qualifying when they had the 2 days of qualifying.
Right.
The 2 rounds.
I like that.
I did too. And so I actually really like this. It was a mixture of having, they had 2 cars on the track for the first part of it. It was like one go out half track, then they let the other one out. So 2 cars on just to save time, which was fine. And then the second, when they went to the second round of qualifying, there was 10 cars on the track at one time.
That's cool.
People was getting in people's ways, coming out in front of them, out of the pit. So I mean, it was pretty dramatic, and
that is cool.
It was fun to watch qualifying, and I cannot say that I've been to a late model stock race in the recent past and said it was fun to watch qualifying.
Right.
I mean, you like to see who put down a good lap. That was cool. And if you were there with somebody, seeing what kind of lap they could put down, that was cool. But the whole session of qualifying at Florence Motor Speedway this past weekend was fun to watch.
Glad they did that. I really am. I know a lot of it was because of tires, but it was good they did it. But obviously qualifying didn't have a whole lot to do with the finish.
Well, it did for a lot of people. Some people not so much. Some people were able to make it up through there and do things they needed to do.
Well, I sure think that would it have turned out differently? I don't know. Josh Berry had been there.
He was there. He was there.
Well, he was. He was not in
but
the car.
But he was not in the car. I was about to bring that up, actually. Carson Quapple did a excellent job.
Yeah, he sure did.
And I mean, that was some of the best racing I have watched on lap shootouts with anybody between Ty and Carson.
So it's so crazy how it turned out kind of the same way it did last year with
Yeah,
with Ty and Josh. But
I told Carson after the race, I said, it looks like St. Patrick's Day up here with all this green.
Yeah, no doubt. For sure.
So,
but anyway, man, hats off to Ty. And, hey, you know what? We got something for it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone now is the now two-time winner of the South Carolina 400 Charlie Powell Memorial, Mr. Ty Majeski. Ty, what's going on today, man?
Not too much. Appreciate you guys having me on.
We appreciate you coming on with us, man. Well, let's go back to the race right now, man. That was a heck of a show you put on there. Didn't have a great qualifying effort there, which made it more exciting for us fans watching out there, man. So tell us about it a little bit.
Well, we kind of had an idea that the car wasn't going to qualify real well. For whatever reason, every time we put tires on, it would just take 6 or 7 laps to fire, and when it fired, it was really fast. We just couldn't get that raw speed to show in 3 laps. So obviously we thought we were going to be able to at least make it on time, and we didn't. And we needed to race our way or run the second round qualifying and didn't make it through there. So we had to take a provisional, which set us up in a box from a strategy standpoint. You know, the pace was so slow in the beginning of the race, and the whole field was running 2 by 2, and there was really nowhere to go. So we went into really aggressive conserve mode, rode around, just a straightaway in front of the leaders. Basically, just went fast enough to stay in the lead lap, and we were 27th at that lap 50 break, and we really got bailed out by that big wreck on the front stretch. That was basically 13 free spots. I restarted 13th or 14th with 50 to go, and we were able to drive through the front and do the win away from them. It was a heck of a show for the fans. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Oh, we sure did sitting out there, man. It was a good battle there between you and Carson Quaffle there, and that was a heck of a show y'all put on, especially those last few restarts. What was it on those last few restarts that you knew you needed to have to pull out in the lead there?
Well, the biggest thing was just being patient. These late model stocks are heavy, and you have to be disciplined with these things compared to a super late model. So the biggest thing was just for me was just back in the corner. I'm making sure I wrapped the bottom. I knew if I wrapped the bottom, my car was rolling the center better than the guys I was racing, and so that's what I was focusing on. And I knew once we got a lap or two under our belt that would able to prevail if I would just wrap the bottom.
Well, man, it sure you did your job there for sure. And Florence Motor Speedway here, our home track here, looks like a place you seem to take a little bit of a liking to.
It's a unique racetrack. Both corners are very, very different, and there's places where you can search around and find grip. You saw Ryan Millington in the 15, man. He was running the 4th or 5th groove way up there, and then I was wrapping the wall all the way around the racetrack. So it's a really cool track from that standpoint. You can really go anywhere, make anything work, and move around, and like I said, find grip, and that's what we as drivers like. We can search around and make up for what our car maybe isn't doing well. So that's fun from a driver standpoint. It also puts on a great show for everybody watching.
Good deal, buddy. Well, all right, moving on from there, you're going to be headed down to Five Flag Speedway to defend the Snowball Derby championship you had from last year, man.
We're excited to get back down there. We're actually building a brand new car for it. In the past, we've taken left-hander chassis and put our own mounts on them and kind of done our own thing to them. This car is going to actually be built from the ground up at our shop. Every tube was bent and notched, home built. So we're excited about it. We think we're bringing a better piece than what we had last year, and we're excited to get it out on the racetrack and see what we got.
What I saw down there that they actually finally had to do a little bit of repaving there just on the front straightaway. I don't feel like it's going to make much difference, but what do you see in that? Do you think that's going to make any difference in the racing there?
I don't know. I don't think it will. I think it's pretty well, just on the straightaway. You might see a difference late in a run, because we just fight rear lateral grip on top of the hill by the start finish line. So it might affect it a little bit from that standpoint, but early on, I don't think it'll be too much.
Well, good deal, man. Well, best of luck to you down there, and congratulations again on coming here to Florence Motor Speedway and taking home a second South Carolina 400, and best of luck on going to defend that Snowball Derby win, and we'll be cheering for you, man.
Sounds great. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. We appreciate you coming on with us.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? Mr. Ty Majeski.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Winner of the South Carolina 400 Charlie Powell Memorial, headed to the Snowball Derby.
Yeah, sweet. Look for him to do just as well there, I'm pretty sure.
Defending winner of that also. So.
Yes, sir, for sure.
So,
be exciting to see it. We'll see him and our buddy Derek Griffith's out there running. So we'll be pulling both of them. Hey,
I saw
buddies.
Derek's truck left this morning, headed down that way.
Yep. So it's gonna be exciting. Hats off to all them guys, and looking forward to see what happens.
For sure. Speaking of, check out Speed. No. Hold on. I done messed up. See. Former Speed 51. I think it's still on the apps right now. Speed 51. But it is Racing America now.
Yeah, it's a little change for sure, but yeah, check them out. It's gonna be they have the best coverage of the Snowball Derby weekend.
The whole week. I mean,
it's everything. It's awesome, really. It is, and it's really not that bad money wise to get the whole week. So y'all look into that and get that, and you see a whole lot of good racing and practice and everything else throughout the week. So definitely check it out. Maybe one day we can make it down there to it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of my bucket list races. One day, I want to go spend a whole week at it though. To get the whole experience.
That'd be fun.
It'd be fun.
It sure would.
On a camper right there in the middle of all of it.
In the middle of everything. Yeah.
Oh well, guys, I think that's gonna do it for us this week. I appreciate, as always, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, SRI Performance, and RK Motorsports Consulting, our buddy Randy Keene. Also, I want to thank Mark and Cole Vanderheiden coming on here with Forward Bite Apparel. If you, we know Mark said they kind of paused a little bit, but they still probably got some leftover stuff. Go support them. Tell them you want to order something regardless. Go to forwardbiteco.com.
That's it.
Check them out. Also, Checkered.
The Race Hub.
Y'all go check them out. Some of the best social media out now. I don't even want to call it social media. I want to call it racing media.
Yeah. Social media ain't good.
It gets grouped into that stuff.
Yeah, we don't want that.
It's similar. It's different.
It's racing media.
It's racing media.
Yeah. Definitely check them out. Anything you want. Any racing.
Any racing.
Go get it.
E-racing, iRacing. RC racing,
snowmobile
racing, which we probably can check out some of that here shortly.
Yeah, I'll be ready for that.
I'm not ready for it. I watch it on TV.
I watch it. I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it. No.
Nah.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us one more time, and I hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving.
Eat some turkey.
And
dressing.
I like some dressing.
And whatever that thing is in the can, it's all jiggly. Eat that too.
That is cranberry sauce.
Oof.
I love it. I love it.
You have all.
My mama forgets to take it out the refrigerator every year. It's like a tradition now.
That's absolutely disgusting. So I hope you enjoy it. You can have mine.
I'll eat yours. Can't believe you. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all. And we'll be back next week again.
Later.